we're about to play right now is a trending video, and we'll need a lot of parents to come in here and talk about this. We need a lot of parents to, put in one or two things about that. And also teachers who are watching, we want to hear your standing point of this. What do you think parents should have done? Well, while we still have that, let's quickly go for a video. And that video is between a school teacher and a student's mother after they found a pack of condom in her 15-year-old child's bag. 15 years. Oh, wow. Anyways, let's watch that video. Of course, we'll be right back to know exactly what should be done about such scenario and how to avoid cases like this. Or is it actually wrong? Morally, is it wrong? Well, trust me, Nigeria, they'll say it's wrong. But let's watch the video. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Condom doing in your child's bag?
Condom
in your child's bag. A 15 years old child. SS2 students, madam. What is this? Look at it. I saw it. I personally saw it in your child's bag.
condom.
15 years old child. Is he not too young for that? Is he not too young? SS2.
Ma, I'm really speechless at this point. I don't even know what to do. Like condom, I'm perplexed. Condom in my child's bag.
Madam, do you know that the other day I saw cigarettes?
Oh my God.
This same boy.
Oh my God.
Cigarettes, a stick of cigarettes in your child's bag. And now it's condom.
This boy wants to finish me. What, God, what do I do? Ma, please, I'm so sorry.
What do I call this?
I'm so sorry. The thing here is I'm a nurse and I have a mini shop that I sell drugs. So probably he came to my shop to take this condom. I don't just know. I'm so sorry. And the annoying thing is that I'm a religious leader in my own church. I'm a worker in my church. And I'm so addicted with anything religion, Christianity. Like, I'm so sorry. Look at me now, mommy.
He's corrupting others.
I don't know what to do.
He's corrupting others.
I'm tired.
Are you sure madam, are you sure you are close to this boy?
I'm a very busy
Do you
person.
create a bond with this child?
Oh my God.
Did you check his bag?
Ma.
Did you monitor his friends? What type of friends he's keeping? For this thing to be in his bag.
I'm so sorry.
Condom.
I'm so sorry, ma.
Is irritating.
I'm really
A
sorry.
child of SS2. 15 years old. He's not even up to 18.
He's just 15. He just clocked 15 this February.
Jesus
I don't
Christ.
just know. I don't know. And I'm a very busy person. I'm very busy. I go to work. I work in the night. Sometimes I come back very late. I do everything. Even my husband is always around. I just keep them with my nanny. I don't know what to do. I'm just tired.
Ma, please, even if you are a busy person, you have to make out time.
I'm trying.
We are mothers.
We have to put food
You
on
have
the
to
table
make,
as
yes,
well.
I know, but still, you have to create time. You make out time to check them, to monitor them, monitor the type of friends they keep,
Oh my God.
monitor the people they are moving with.
Philip,
please.
see what you are doing. Philip, let's get home. Philip,
What is
what
all
you are
this?
doing, Abi? No problem.
He's
No
tarnishing
problem.
your image.
Oh my God.
Please.
You will not finish me this boy. I've won
This is so bad.
Philip, I've won you.
I've thought about it. That's why I said let me call you to tell you about this.
We just watched a video of a teacher talking to a parent, and we all know the story now. From indications, people commenting is that is what the mother sells. So somehow maybe he took that away from her market and maybe planning to use it or already started using it and been caught, or maybe it's the first time he was about to use it and he was caught. There is a court, right? So my first question is, well, according to the woman, she says she's very busy. She doesn't really have time. She does the little best she can. Now, my question is, can we entirely blame it on the parents? Really? Is it all the parents' problem?
Yeah. Well, essentially, it comes down to parenting. And then parenting is a huge task.
Yeah.
There is no excuse for falling short in parenting. Because before you start making babies, you have to be ready. Now, I'm aware there are some marriages, some people get married and they're not ready to make babies, and they work that out, they suspend because of many factors. It could be that they're not mentally ready for it. It could be that their time schedule and all of that. They're not just ready to commence parenting, so they delay bringing a child to the world and all of that. But the moment you agree to have a child, you must understand the task of parenting. Now, the social values that are dropping off today. Go to social media, you see the decay of our values, particularly with the Gen Z world and all of that. It's just a total show of break down the structure of parenting. Okay, it's just evident. So what we're seeing today is a failure of parenting, and then it is very critical. And then to worsen it, because it's scary. It's scary because you see the nation cannot be better than the what parenting produce.
Right.
Because it is the production, I'm going to use that word, from the home, that filters into the society at large. And then and you cannot offer what you don't have. So it is the parenting quality. It is what parenting allows. Now, it could allow positive, it could allow negative. So it is what parenting allow into the children that they grow up with and they exhibit in society. So that is why I am sincerely scared for the next generation of Nigeria. Because what we are seeing today with teenagers, with youth in their early 20s and mid 20s and all of that, it is alarming. You see them on social media, you see what they exhibit on social media. Respect is nothing to them. No cultural value. And then, I mean, it's just the abusive words, what they do, the composition, the character, everything. Parenting has failed woefully in Nigeria. Maybe it's a global thing, but with what I'm seeing in Nigeria, parenting has really, really, really failed. And then the future is scary.
I honestly want to believe it's a global thing. It's not just in Nigeria, because I've seen a lot of videos, even where you see not even just the Nigerians, you see even the Americans, keep complaining about how, they are not strong on morals. And you see them even going out to talk to other parents. Like, if you're stern about what you want your kids to be or how they should behave at home, right from being a child, and not start saying, oh, she's special, oh, he's special, oh, no, don't raise your voice at her. No. If you do some whooping, if you do some discipline, at some point, there will be this value. But I think it's everywhere. This thing is just degrading. But let's still come back to this video. Now, what do you think the parents should have done rightly? Because this is a 15-year-old child. If I don't want you to know what's in my bag, I'm just trying to put it one or two together. If I don't want you to see, like, you can see what's in my bag, but I have it somewhere else, I could always pick it up before going home. So how can you actually say that's the parent's fault?
Excuse me. It still boils down to how the parenting has molded the child.
Okay.
Now, because if the parenting is right, the child will just act right naturally. Yeah, there is that natural tendency for a child to misbehave at some point, but not to the point of buying into sexuality. All right, at that age. Okay, so like the Holy Scripture says, raise a child the way it should go, and when you go, will not depart from it. So there is a place of raising the child.
But this is what the mother sells. It's part of what she sells.
Well, it's business for her.
Right.
It's business for her.
So that means
it's not an illegal business item. Okay. All right.
Okay.
It's built, but if the education is still right, if the parenting structure is still right, the child will know this is no good area for me.
My question is pertaining this video. Where exactly did you think the woman had gone wrong, the mother? Because, I mean, like Blossom said, that's what she sells. So there's no way to hide this from the children. So what exactly do you think, in your own opinion, that she did?
I would like Prince to actually respond to that. Prince, please, I'm sure you're listening to us. What do you think the mother could have done rightly?
Differently.
Is it that she should have probably keep the market away from the kids, or I don't know, or make sure they don't come to the store where she sells these things? I don't know. What do you think she could have done differently, actually?
Well, first and foremost, have a problem with Nigeria. We have a lot of absentee fathers, and we're also having a lot of empty mothers. So we can't just say it's one-sided, both ways. You have a lot of homes that that the fathers are not there. They don't even know what is happening in the life of their children. And you also have some, mothers who ordinarily should have nothing to do with child upbringing, adding so much weight, so much stress in their lives, insisting that because they have broken up with a husband, that the children must be with them. I mean, that's a big problem for another day. Now, two, because of the fact that parents are not so much involved in their children, they don't even know what their children are doing. And the children don't even know what their parents are doing. Ordinarily, considering what she sells, she should be able to educate her children on what she sells and tell them why they shouldn't touch it, why they shouldn't carry it around. Let the children know, what these things are for. I mean, when some of us were growing up, our parents would say to you that if you just touch a girl, she'll get pregnant. And I believe that scared a lot of people away from even getting close to ladies. But today, parents are available. Parents don't even know, some parents don't even know when their daughters begin to, see their period. Just some parents don't know when their sons begin to, develop those feelings and all of that. So what she has done wrong for me is that she has not taken time to educate her children on what she sells and also the sexuality. She has not taken time to teach her children sex education, which is what a lot of parents shy away from. We don't need to shy away from it. If the child knows, this is my penis, nobody should touch it, and you tell your daughter, nobody should touch you at this part, this is this, you'll find out that the children will understand. But honestly, a lot of children are the ones training themselves today.
All right. Well, I agree with what he said. Now, we forgot the part of the absentee fathers that always, which is very necessary. So if, because naturally people believe mothers are mothers and they will be the better person to be in care of the child because they feel like a man is more logical than more emotional, so they'll be able to tend to to the child. So you were saying absentee fathers, or it's not every time the child should be with the mother. So if maybe the mother is the best bet and the father is probably somewhere to be found, but looking at all indications he can't be able to raise that child properly, so what do you do? Because we don't have what they call this child service. I don't think we have that running properly here. I think it's a whole lot to get that running. But what do you suggest that they do at this point? Keep the child with the grandmom or keep with aunties, uncle? What's the best bet? What can they do?
Blossom, let us. It is time we begin to speak truth to ourselves in this country. If a man wakes up and impregnates a lady and decides to abandon the lady and the children, that man should be arrested and locked up. And that's the truth. Because we don't have institutions that punish people, people begin to do whatever they want to do. So if you think you are man enough to impregnate a lady, you must also be man enough to take responsibility for the children that has come out of that, or for the child. But unfortunately, we just have a lot of men running around impregnating ladies, a lot of ladies running around. These days, a lot of ladies will chase it and tell you, oh, I'm a proud single mom. But it is not easy raising a child. A child needs both parents to be able to be stable. A child needs both parents. The school can do the little they can, but at home, the child needs to be taught two things. The father has to be able to teach. The mother has to also be able to teach. But if they have to part ways, they must work out a solution that caters for that child. You don't have children with a woman. You abandon the woman with the children. You don't send school fees. You don't send feeding allowance. Nothing. That is where the problem is. So, but if you are going to be an absentee father, you must cater for the needs of that child and create an enabling environment for the woman to be able to cater for those children. So when you see a woman that is running, handling her children alone, she's running helter-skelter trying to make ends meet. It simply means that the man is not providing enough. And you always have a problem with that. So my own argument is that, good, what has happened, but the mother should be able to sit down with the child and educate the child so that the child will understand the do's and don'ts. And that is where the problem is today. Parents are not available.
Chris, last question I think we're going to put on this one is the school gave a 2-week suspension to the child because I don't know, they feel like the child should be disciplined that way, then the mother should find her own way of disciplining the child. Do you think that was that was literally the proper thing to do?
Yeah, it's one of the things to do. Yeah.
What else could they have done, or before or after?
Okay, fine. Before I answer that, a thought came to my mind about allowing your child to be vulnerable before you. Okay. Now, some parents are so strict with parenting that they forget that they were once children. I mean, it's natural for children to be like children, but they don't create an avenue for those children to be vulnerable. All right. So sometimes you allow the children to be vulnerable and show their vulnerability. That way, you get to know them. That way, you get to know their weaknesses and their strengths, and then you raise them from that angle. Just let them be comfortable showing their weaknesses. So that way, you get to know. Because sometimes most of these children, they are two-faced. There's a point. There's a part of them they want you to see if you are not patient enough to tolerate their vulnerability, their weaknesses. They can pretend.
Yeah.
But when they go out of your sight, they show their real self. So you don't get to know them. So the best you can do is allow them to be vulnerable. Allow them to be comfortable in their weakness with you. Let them show it. So you grab that, you educate them through it, you train them through it. It's not the time you come hitting at them and all of that. That you, if possible, be their friends. If possible, be commanding. Combine both. It is the rod and the stick. Okay, that helps. All right, fine. That's as regards that. Then when it comes to the school, this school is an institution.
Yeah.
The school shouldn't be tolerant of bad behavior.
Right.
All right. So it is important that the school did that. Now it will also help the parent, all right, to also sit tight, because if the child is suspended for 2 weeks, I mean, others are in school and the child is at home, then the school, the parents going to be like, okay, fine, you are here. At that point, maybe at that point, the parent will have to take the subject of parenting more seriously. So it's like a wake-up call. So the school should provide that avenue for the parent to take up more responsibility,
just one more
and also for the
question,
child.
Yeah, sure.
Just one more question on this topic. Okay, my concern is what everybody's hammering on the woman now is the woman talk to your son.
I think it's parenting.
It's parenting, but don't you think the man should talk, the husband or the father of the boy should be the one talking to the boy more than the woman?
Not necessarily. Okay, fine. There's something about quantity of time and quality of time. Now, sometimes the nature of your job might take so much time from you that you might not have quantity of time with your children. But if you're going to have time with them, make the time quality. All right. So sometimes might not be the volume of time you have with them, but that little time you have with them, make it of strong impact, the quality of time. So how do you then want to talk about who talks more? Because if by the nature of the woman's job, she has more time with the children, she's going to have volume of talk with the child. But if the man, by nature of his job, does not have that much time with the baby, so the subject of who talks more might not really be the strong, but it's about the quality engagement. So it should come down to quality engagement. But you don't shy away from it. Sometimes you let them talk. Sometimes, like I do in my house, so I just like, okay, fine, speak your mind, and then just talk. Sometimes they have things to say about their parents too. All right, even sometimes children to rebel against their parents because they don't like something about their parents. So it's a whole lot. So parenting is a big time business that parents should be very concerned about and be very meticulous about too, and then take very seriously. Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. I was going to ask one thing, but let me read a message for as regards this. This one says, some parents buy expensive phones for their children and watch funny nonsense, even some porn, and the kind of friends that they move with. I didn't buy phone for my children until they entered university, and I always educate them. This is Ozi Shoaib from Dokwemo. Thank you for that one. Okay, the other one I wanted to say is everybody's pointing fingers at the mom, the dad. How about the boy? Because I want to believe he knows what he's doing. I want to believe, before they will say it's when you're 16, you're an adult, they are mature, they can think for themselves. Trust me, the children we have now can start even thinking beyond what you were thinking when you were sitting. They can start having those thoughts from 11, 12. And also, let's look at the back end of it. If he was suspended, how is it going to affect that child? First, the way where he has to stay away from school, and his parents will have to tutor. I feel like there's something somebody can actually, maybe he needs to talk to someone, because for you to be able to do that, it means something is missing somewhere. It's not just about parenting now. He needs a closure somewhere to understand. I don't think it's even sex education.
Thinking of therapy?
Yeah, something like that, because if you're supposed to be focusing on school, making friends, making whatever connections you can as young as you are, thinking that way, which of course it means something went wrong somewhere. And I don't think it's sex education. Maybe they learned it themselves, without being educated by their parents.
I was going to talk about the person that sent in a message saying he didn't buy phone for the children. True, trust me, you might not have bought phone for the children, but other children out there have phones. So they sit together, watch these things, discuss it together. So,
but anyways,
okay, sorry, let me quickly respond to what you
in
just
1 minute.
raised. 1 minute, fine. You see, the child, there's a reason why there is minor guidance. Because when a child is growing, the child is innocent. The child is like a water. Now, what you do with the water determines to a large extent the outcome of that water. Okay, now you could decide to make it a frozen water, iced water, steaming water, and all of that. But the water is innocent from the beginning. So every child is innocent. So it depends on parenting that molds that child. Parenting. So parenting is sensitive and very powerful.
Trust me, I agree with you.
To a large extent, is parenting.
Yes.
Of course, yes. The child
the
has a
peer
mind of
group
his
too,
own.
Chris, don't forget the peer group. You could have done your strong parenting at home, and the child goes out, is mixing with other children that didn't have good parenting.
You can control that. Parenting can control that. Parenting can control that. Parenting can.
Well, since we've been hearing parenting, I wanted to just chip this in. I had a friend, a very good friend in secondary school then. She was our reverend's daughter, and that man is very disciplined. In fact, it's one person that we still call father. Like, for everybody getting married in the family, he lives where he is to come for this wedding. But if you check the daughter, like, honestly, it was you can't say it's at his home, because we see what happens at home. We come, we see the time he has. He's always around. He's not working somewhere else. That is where he is, always with the child. The child is not, but you see that free time she has to go to school or she has to go for lessons, what she does even wows me, that I cannot even
deeper. The parent might be present but not available. The father may be present with that child
but
and not available to her. So she's not been able to talk to her. She might have gone through some event in her life that the father was not probably there for her to discuss it with. So she's probably hurting, and then she's reactive to something, because being present is not tantamount to being available. So a lot of damage and hurt could have happened in between.
Yeah, all right. Let's